crazy. I'm going to grab this black arrow tool, select this first pink pie piece, and make it this bright blue. It's cyan is actually the name of it. Now I'm going to deselect. Now I want to click on this pie piece right next to the blue. Command C is copy. Command V is in Victor is paste, if you don't already know that. I'm just going to move that over there. Now I can click the eyedrop tool, select that. And while this pie piece is selected, I'm going to select the blue, and that's just making this pie piece that's selected that same color. Go back to this black arrow tool. Now my color, when it came up, my swatches, I have this transparency window here. If you don't see transparency, go to window and scroll down and make sure that you can see the transparency box. So I'll go back there and click on transparency. I want to make this, what do I want to make it? 70% transparent. So now you can see through it. I'm just going to drag this around so you can see when it overlays. So grabbing this point, I'm going to pull it in and it should lock it in there. So now I have my pie piece that's transparent and it's starting to layer with that red or magenta. I'm going to select this one, Command C, Command V is copy and paste. Eyedropper tool, while it's selected, that first blue color. Now in transparency, I want to make this 40%. So that makes the blue a little bit lighter. So it's less blue on top of my magenta. Click and drag that over. Magic. I've made violet. Now the next one, I'm going to copy and paste. Command C, Command V. I'm just moving it over so you can see it. Eyedropper tool again. Select the blue and change the transparency here to 10. So we went from 70% to 40% to 10% blue. And again, if I move this around, you can see how it changes. And drag that on top. So notice my pure cyan. This is blue violet, violet, red violet. This red is going to stay red. Now here, on the far right red, I'm going to copy and paste. This time, I'm going to use the eyedropper tool and select the yellow. So now this yellow, I want to be 30%, or no, actually, we're going to make this 20% because yellow is going to be overpowered by the magenta. So we're going to go a little bit darker for our lightest yellow and drag that over. So now we're going into from our magenta, or red, to our red orange with a little bit of yellow. This first yellow, copy and paste, Command C, Command V. Eyedropper tool, this time I'm actually going to select the magenta because yellow on yellow is not going to do anything. And my magenta is going to be, I want this to be probably 50%. Let's see what happens. I'm just playing with numbers really. Yeah, that made a nice orange. And then this next pie piece, Command C, Command V, copy and paste. Eyedropper tool, magenta again. This is where the magenta is going to be the lightest because it's furthest away from the red. Let's make that 10% because it's going to overpower the yellow. So my numbers are a little bit different over here. But when I drag that, oh, Command Z if you mess up. Click and drag that so it locks in. Why is this not locking in? Oh, because I don't have a black arrow. Let me go back here. Just like that. Why is that still not locking in? There we go. Nope. There. Okay. So now I've gone from my cyan or blue over to violet, over to red, over to orange, over to yellow. So now between the yellow and blue, we got to make green. So this is our yellow pie piece. We're going to leave that. So I'm going to go back to my next yellow. Actually, you know what? Let's go from the blue just to make it easier. The very first yellow pie piece on the left, copy and paste, Command C, Command V, eyedropper tool, make that blue, because blue and yellow. And let's make this, this is closest to the blue, so it's going to be the most percent of blue. I'm going to make this 70%. So you can see now I'm going to drag this up, go back to the solid arrow tool, and click and drag that over. Hopefully it locks in. There we go. Next pie piece, copy and paste, Command C, Command V. Eyedropper tool, click on the blue, make this blue 40%, because as we get closer to the yellow, we want less blue. Click on the black arrow tool, click and drag. One more, this last one here, copy and paste, eyedropper tool, blue, make this 10%. The arrow tool, solid black arrow tool, click and drag. Look at that. So now I'm going to make this a little bit more because you can't really see, at least on my screen. I'm going to make it 15 instead of 10%. And you might want to play around with your numbers too. Maybe I'll make the magenta 15% instead of 10. A little bit more orange. So by overlaying, I'm just pulling these out just to show you. If I pull these out, whoop, not that one. You can see that the darker the hue overlaying, it's going to be more of that color. The more transparent, it's going to be more the other color. So we've got our red, blue, yellow are our primary colors, and I might want to do this differently, but we'll leave it for now. Save that, which means go up to File and Save. I already saved mine. Call it Color Wheel, and we can go back. Let me see. Put that back together. Hope it was fun.